This is part of my testimony about why I don't drink. And so here it is. So when I almost died back, like 2 years ago now, because I wasn't eating and then I drank so much that I like stopped breathing and they had to put me on a breathing tube or whatever. Okay, so when I woke up, and I realized what had happened, I thought my reaction would be, oh my gosh, I need to drink right now because I want to forget, because I was still in so much shame with everything that had happened in my life that I assumed I would want to drink. And so as I had a lot of time to think in the hospital, I realized that the desire wasn't there. Like, when people hit rock bottom, sorry, I don't know why I'm so nervous right now. When people hit rock bottom, they realize that they almost died or they almost lost their life, but they may still have desires to drink. Like, they still attend AA because, oh, I really want to drink, but I know I can't because I remember my rock bottom and that I will never go back. But I was sitting in my hospital bed and I'm like, but I don't have the feeling like that. When you know, okay, so if you haven't been addicted to anything, then you won't know what it feels like to just need something. And that need was gone. And I still had to work with the eating disorder because that's where it went. But like so I was so confused and I was like, okay, so I understand that I almost killed myself and I'm never going to drink again. But like, why don't I even want to drink? And so I started praying to God and I was like, okay, God, this is weird. You know me best. And you know, I was addicted to alcohol. You know, I was addicted. I would do anything for it because I was in so much shame. And so I prayed and I said, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? And you know what word he gave me? He said, and people can call me crazy to this day, but he said, delivered. And I was like, what? Delivered? That's like some crazy spiritual, like, I've not been delivered, like, hallelujah. No, he was like, I've delivered you. And deep down, he's like, you don't have to tell anybody that word. You don't have to tell anybody anything, but I'm telling you right now, I've taken away your alcoholism or whatever you want to call it. And I was like, well, now I'm going to cry. I was like, but God, like, why? I don't deserve that. I was like, why are you taking away this thing that controlled my life? Why? And it stems back from when Chris raped me, before he ever did anything to me. I never once had a desire to drink. I never noticed alcohol. I was not aware of alcohol. I didn't care about alcohol. I was my own person and I loved myself so much and I didn't have the desire. I didn't have, and the first time I did drink, I thought I was going to die. I was like, okay, I'm never doing that ever again because that was the worst feeling ever. I didn't like feeling out of control. But when I was raped, and when Chris was doing sexual things to me as my boyfriend, when I said no and I didn't know that it was wrong, that was my outlet. So anyways, so I've been really angry about it for years because it's like, well, how is this my fault? Some guy sorry for my language, some guy takes advantage of me and I'm stuck with alcoholism. And I'm not trying to play victim like, oh, poor me, but like, it sucks. Like, it sucked. But God, I think and now I'm recovering and almost fully recovered from my eating disorder after moving to Arizona. I think he removed it because he really wanted me to focus on other things. But for whatever reason, I don't really know because I never asked for it, because the rape wasn't my fault. And I still am going through things with that and it sucks, but he took it away. So long story short, that is why I don't drink, because he took away something that controlled me, and I don't want to test him. Because it's so cool because I literally don't have the desire anymore. Like I literally, um, I mean, because I got out of the hospital and I just would start noticing, like I didn't notice if we had alcohol in the house. I didn't notice alcohol when I was places. I didn't notice beer and like everything was back to the way it was before I was 21. That's what it is. Everything was back to the way it was before Chris with alcohol. I'm saying, like, I started realizing that I wasn't thinking about anything related to alcohol and no desire. And so that happened July of 2016, I think, is like when I almost died. And then, so I moved to Arizona and I've been working through not using eating disorder symptoms. And I've been here for like 8 months. And I have not used symptoms once since I moved with binging and purging. I've struggled with eating enough, but I haven't restricted. I haven't restricted the way I used to. And so I've gained weight. I won't weigh myself, but I've gained weight since moving. And it's scary. And that's why it's been so hard and I've cried so much, but I haven't, as time has gone on, like I don't have the thoughts anymore of, like now when I eat something, even if it was really tough and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? Or it tasted bad or I didn't like it. My brain doesn't go, oh, you could throw that up quick. And then it would be like, you're back at zero. Like my brain doesn't go there anymore. And that's great because that means, yeah. So maybe I wasn't delivered from the eating disorder either. I don't, but I'm so happy now that it doesn't matter. So anyways, and I think God wants me to go through the process of healing so I can help others. But anyways, so then like 3 weeks ago now, I bit my nails my entire life. I felt a lot of shame growing up because my dad just made me, if he wouldn't have made such a big deal of it, I probably would have, whatever. So it doesn't matter. But a few weeks ago now, I noticed when I was at work that my nails were growing. And I was like, whoa. I was like, why is my nail growing? And I was like, wait, why am I not biting my nails? Like, I just had a moment where I was like, wait a second. Wait. Okay, so there's growth on my nail, and this is not a thing. Like, I bite my nails all the time. It's super gross. I hate it, but, like, okay, so why is there... I have stopped... Okay, this isn't the point. Not have I only stopped biting my nails, but the desire to bite my nails is gone. Like, I don't think about biting my nails anymore like I used to. My fingers don't go to my mouth like every second like I used to. I have less, like, I think just less anxiety probably because it was an anxiety thing. Because I used to only just want to make it through the day, tomorrow will be better. Now it's like I'm actually enjoying my life. I think that's what it is. But I was telling my mom and she's like, it's because you don't like need to do it anymore. And I was just like, whoa. Like, again, it's like such a good thing that I don't fully understand. Like, I mean, it's going to be hard to show on camera or for me to do this, but I have long nails. Like I can scratch. I have nails. And that is something I haven't had the desire even not to bite them. I can't even remember. Never, ever. I've had fake nails before to grow them out, but I still wanted to bite. But like, I don't think about it. So it's like, God has removed that too. And maybe not. Maybe that's just me being like, God's removing things. But as I work with him and I cooperate, because it's been a pain in the ass, let me tell you, I have fought with God so many times. Oh, don't even get me started. When I moved here, okay, every day has been so challenging, but I feel like because and I'm not perfect, and I still have areas that I am not, that I'm weak in, but as I'm obedient and I surrender to God. And it may seem sometimes like such a little thing, but I think He loves me so much that He's like, see, Marlene, we're being a team. So as you let go of these things, I'm just going to keep on blessing you. And so I get overwhelmed so often. It's so hard so often. And oh, I feel like I can't do it anymore. And my mom has received so many phone calls. But yeah, I was talking to myself because my roommate gets home tomorrow. Dawn gets home tomorrow. But I was talking to myself and I was like, I should record this because I need it out the way I need to say it because I can't even imagine speaking in public and blah. So I was like, I've enjoyed putting things on video. And so I decided to video this. So it's not perfect, but yeah, that's just like part of my testimony is I never in my life ever expected, ever. Okay. I never ever expected in my life to have my sexuality and my virginity taken from me without permission. So when it happened, it was the scariest thing that I have ever been through. It changed the way my brain thought. It changed my thought patterns because I turned into all I needed to do was survive. And I can sit here and explain for hours how it felt, but nobody will fully understand because nobody was me. I mean, I was terrified of boys before Chris. I had never had a real boyfriend. I wanted to wait. I expected myself to wait until marriage before having sex. I was not interested in sex. I had no desire to have sex ever. Boys still scared me. So for him to do that and just how everything worked out where it happened and then I turned 21 and everyone threw me a 21st birthday and that's when I tasted alcohol. Like, it sucks the timing of everything. Like, and I didn't choose the eating disorder either. I didn't even know what I was doing. All I knew was I was trying to cope. And I was the one that told my mom. So, I think God knows that I was naive, that I was full of life and love and not, of course I had issues, but like, nothing like being, yeah. And so he's helping me as I work with him now because I was so angry for so many years. This is now happening when I just, when I'm 30 now but I don't even care anymore. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's happening. And I've waited all my life. So I wish people could be in my shoes so they could fully understand how I feel right now. I wish, but I don't because it was so terrible. But then, like, I have never, before I moved out here, Daniel and I were, there was no label to, I'm not gonna, and it's the one thing that just kills me because it was my desire. What Lauren has with Mitch was what I thought my life was going to be. I was going to marry, and oh my goodness, I'm not, to marry someone who I've known my whole life, like, oh man, God knows my heart. So when things happened the way they did with Daniel, That's probably one of the reasons why I almost died, is because I just lost everything. Like, I've never met somebody like Daniel. I've never experienced that, but that is my standard now for who I'm going to marry, because he was the most respectful, kind, godly man I have ever met. And I'm being completely honest. And I know we don't know each other. You know, everybody has their issues because we're human. But it'd be really cool if you could see this video one day. I've tried talking to him and like, oh my gosh, because I struggle with worry. I struggle with worry, and so I would like text myself or text my mom things to kind of like in the moment just like reassure myself. And I don't know how many times it's accidentally sent to him and it's not even funny. Like, oh my goodness. So I've written him letters. So I hope he knows where I stand. But then again, like, he can't see me now. He can't see where I'm at. And that's really, really difficult for me because I care so much about him. Like, that's another thing that's gotten me through is like, I may not end up, I may just be in my own little like, but Daniel deserves the best. And so I don't know who God has planned for him to be married to. I believe he does. I believe Daniel's going to have a wife and children. I believe I'm going to have a husband and children and a family. Is that going to be together? I just pray. But yeah, I wish maybe someday he'll see this so that he knows that what I've been through is not who defines me today. And I am no longer trapped in the things that I used to be trapped in. And I'm not a victim anymore. And I'm not some scared little girl who can't handle her problems anymore. I'm strong, and I have found so much joy here. I wish we could date now. I wish we could be together. Oh, I said it. Oops. And I might hear from his mom, or he might say, oh, but the distance thing, or oh, but it's too hard because my job. But like, when you almost go through things, when you almost die, like I woke up in the hospital and it was bad, you kind of rearrange what's important. And to me, connections and people are the most important thing to me in my life. So yes, jobs are very important. Yes, life is very important, but people are what matters because things change. Jobs are lost. Things happen, but people are what is important. So when Daniel, when you say, if you ever watch those, that it's going to be too hard for me because your job or moving around, like, it's like, if you really want, if it's right, you make it work. Like, that's just, I guess that's the thing for me that's hard, is like, you make it work. And it's worth it because you care. Like, I've never cared so deeply for a person, and felt like, oh man, just not even that I love you or him, but that I could feel God's love. And I was in such a dark place. I can't even imagine now how amazing our relationship would be because of how changed I am. But it's more of like, I loved him, but it was more of like a godly love. Like it's hard to say because like the world has all these romantic movies and it's like, I love you, I'm in love with you. But it's like with Daniel, with you, um it's more than just like what the world like it's more of a God is bringing two people together and that bond, it's like more of a feeling than words, I guess. So, yeah. I meant to only do this to record my testimony, what I was thinking of, but now it turned into my confession tape to Daniel. No, it'd be cool if he took, oh my gosh, it's been 20 minutes. Well, it'd be cool if he saw this just because, yeah. Oh, and don't worry, I'm growing my hair out again. So don't think I'm like hairless forever because I'm not. I can't believe it. Okay, so, yeah, so I'm gonna go. But in all seriousness, what I want in life now is just to be Jesus to the rest of the world. I mean, that's what I get to do at work. Just love people and pray that God has people that I love see me the way that God sees me, or the way that, I don't know. So anyways, that's my video.